The U.S. flag at half-mast at the nation's capital to commemorate the death of former U.S. President Jimmy Carter at age 100.
This is a sad day, but it brings back an incredible amount of good memories. Today, America and the world, in my view, lost a remarkable leader. He was a statesman and humanitarian. And Jill and I lost a dear friend.
Jimmy who?
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy who?
I don't know who he is.
I heard he was a peanut farmer.
Jimmy Carter was virtually unknown when he campaigned for president in 1976. A former naval submarine officer who left to take over the family peanut farm in Georgia. He ran as a Democratic Party candidate on a platform of sincerity and healing after Watergate and the U.S. losses during the Vietnam War, becoming the 39th president of the United States.
Our commitment to human rights must be absolute. Our laws, fair, our natural beauty, preserved. The powerful must not persecute the weak, and human dignity must be enhanced.
Only in office for one term, Carter is known for several landmark events during that time. Among them, severing ties with the Republic of China, known as Taiwan, in 1979, and formally recognizing the People's Republic of China, setting the stage for relations felt to this day.
So by the time we come to 1979, there was a broad view among U.S. political circles that there had to be a more normal relationship with the PRC, in part because they were working together in response to the Soviet threat, right? What both Beijing and Washington saw as the Soviet threat.
Though the official relationship was broken, Carter signed the Taiwan Relations Act into law soon after, providing the framework for unofficial U.S.-Taiwan ties that endures 45 years later. In March of 1979, Egypt and Israel signed a peace treaty, sealing the Camp David Accords brokered by Carter the year before, and normalizing relations with Israel, an agreement denounced across the Arab world. But his most difficult days in office were yet to come. In November, Iranian militants took 52 Americans hostage in Tehran, and months later, 8 U.S. servicemen died trying to rescue them. Combined with skyrocketing inflation and an energy crisis back home, re-election became impossible. In 1980, Republican challenger Ronald Reagan asked voters a simple question.
Are you better off than you were 4 years ago?
Carter lost 46 out of 50 states, leaving office deeply unpopular. But it was his post-White House years that built his lasting legacy. Crediting his lifelong Christian faith, Carter dedicated the rest of his years to humanitarian work. He and his wife Rosalind established a Carter Center to promote peace, democracy, and human rights. They built over 4,000 homes for impoverished people with Habitat for Humanity and campaigned across the world for democracy and justice. 22 years after leaving office, Jimmy Carter was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, cementing his legacy as a humanitarian and democracy advocate.
Really the thing that I think most about in terms of Jimmy Carter is the legacy after his presidency and the enormous good and philanthropic work he did in the world, both he and his wife, Rosalind.
He was always remembered as a great humanitarian, starting Habitat for Humanity and really uplifting the people. So today's a very sad day.
Did wonderful things with his life. It's a really sad thing. It's a loss.
It is a loss.
Yeah.
It is a loss. Sad news, Terry.
Yeah.
Sad news.
At age 91, Carter revealed a cancer diagnosis that had spread to his brain, continuing his volunteer work until entering hospice care for the last 2 years of his life. He made a rare public appearance in 2023 when his wife Rosalind, by his side for 77 years and in his words, his equal partner in everything, passed away. Leaving behind 3 generations of descendants, the longest-living U.S. president died at his home in Georgia, a global humanitarian at rest in the bosom of the nation he loved. Klein, Wang, and Herel Hughes for TaiwanPlus.